Thank you, Rob. Good morning, all. It is 10 o'clock. I'll call our county council meeting to order this morning and welcome everyone here. So if everyone would join me, we'll stand and sing "O Canada."
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, would you take the roll call, please?
Councillor Mackey,
Present.
Councillor McKay, Councillor Carlton, Councillor Pringle,
Present.
Councillor McQueen, Councillor Nielsen, Councillor Patterson, Councillor Dickert, Councillor Kentner, Councillor Keaveney, Councillor Body, Councillor Craig, Warden Milne,
Present.
Councillor Dobreen, Councillor Matrosovs, Councillor Borneo,
Present.
Councillor Eccles, Councillor Hutchinson.
Present.
We have all members in attendance today.
Thank you, Tara. I want to begin by respectfully acknowledging that we are gathering on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation, the people of the Three Fires, known as the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations. And further, we give thanks to the Chippewas of Saugeen and the Chippewas of Nawash, known collectively as the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, the traditional keepers of these lands and waters since time immemorial. To our south lies the traditional territories of the Six Nations of the Grand River. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and friendship with all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. Is there any declaration of interest related to any item on today's agenda? Not seeing one. If one should arise, of course, you can declare it at any time. We have a number of sets of minutes here to adopt this morning. The first is the Special County of Grey Joint All Councils meeting minutes dated August 8th. And the close, you want the closed separate? Or can we? And the closed session minutes from that same meeting. Would someone care to move that, please? Councillor Dobreen, seconded by Councillor Hutchison. Any discussion? All those in favor? That is carried. We have the meeting minutes from the County Council Committee of the Whole meeting dated August 8th, and also the closed meeting minutes from that same meeting. Someone care to? Councillor Dickert, Councillor Nielsen. Any discussion? All those in favor? That is carried. We have the minutes and the closed minutes from the CAO Performance Evaluation Committee minutes dated August 29. Councillor Gregg.
Thank you. And through Warden, I move that item 6E, that the CAO Performance Evaluation Committee minutes dated August 29th be deferred to the September 26th meeting. And also item 6F included in the same motion.
Very good. Is there a seconder for that motion? Councillor Mackey. Any discussion? All those in favor? That is carried. We have no closed meeting matters. There are no reports. We have bylaws. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bylaws there. Do you want to do them all in one?
Sure.
Okay, the clerk wished, well, we'll have a motion on the floor to adopt all of those. Counselor Carlton and Counselor McKay, sorry. I was doing so good there for quite a while. Madam Clerk, she wishes to speak to one of them.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. I just wanted to draw to council's attention that the conference and seminar policy is in this bylaw, and it was housekeeping update was brought forward on August 8th. And the county continues to support county councilors attending one seminar per year and then 2 conferences as well.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor? That is carried. News and celebrations. Counselor McKay. Got to get that right.
Yes, like to say this weekend, it's 161st Fall Fair for Chatsworth. It'll be held in Williamsford. It's supposed to be a hot day, so bring your sunscreen and water and enjoy the day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Counselor Carlton.
Thank you, Mr. Warden, and good morning, County Council. Yesterday, Georgian Bluffs celebrated our kind of grand reopening of Sarawak Park, the family park at just across from Legacy Ridge. And we have EV charging stations there, a Moby mat going into the water, kayak rentals, some tree plantings, and a beautiful play area for family and children, or for children to play on. And coming this weekend is Concours d'Elegance at, I think it's the 10th annual one at Cobble Beach for anyone who would like to go and enjoy the old cars. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Counselor Body.
Thank you, Warden Milne. I'm not sure if to do this in other business or now, but I think it's a celebration that we all need to look at, that we don't look at often enough. As everybody around the table knows, there's a division of powers between lower tier and upper tier set out by the province. And of course, upper tier at Grey County and at different regions looks after social services, daycare, long-term care, housing, homelessness, and other things. And sometimes, maybe not everyone around the table, but the lower tier gets pushed into taking on responsibilities that aren't necessarily ours. And perhaps I didn't articulate as well the last Owen Sound Council meeting or the one in July as I could have. I was trying to point out that there's a difference in responsibilities. So I attended, and I think Shirley was at it. A couple of us attended at AMO, a session that was on homelessness. And there was a woman speaking from University of Waterloo that's doing some great research that we all should be paying attention to. There was a speaker from Waterloo region, upper tier, and Sudbury region, upper tier, talking about homelessness. And these are, of course, if you're at AMO and you're on the panel, you've got to be one of the leaders in the provincial community on these things. They said that we need a housing plan, we need a homelessness plan, short-term sheltering, transitional housing, medical treatment at the street level, long-term mental health and addictions treatment, more affordable housing, land banking for future affordable housing. Waterloo has put together a really good plan that they're working on these things. Let's go through Grey County's list. Housing plan, it's been there for years. $22.3 million on housing spent per year. Strategic planning, a plan to reduce homelessness. We've had one from 2014 to 2024, and I'll have a question just on that in a minute. $3,282,000 spent a year that comes through from the province. So, you know, the big boys that are the leaders in the province are catching up on a homelessness plan that we've had for 10 years. Transitional housing, we've opened the place at 14th and 4th here in Owen Sound. Canadian Mental Health Association has applied and have got grants to start that program. I guess it started by now, September 1st. Meanwhile, at last count I heard, we had 5 people that have gone through that are out in their own apartments already. It's already working. We're ahead of others. Paramedic service with the SOS plan that's been in place for a couple of years, going out on the street and helping people on the street. The rest of the province is catching up to that. Our police in Owen Sound were one of the first in the province to take CMHA workers out with them to mental health related calls. We know about Bright Shores Services opening the old Bayview School, 45 beds, and last I heard, there's already 25 people that have chosen to seek help there. I think that's going to be the biggest difference. The province obviously thinks that's going to be the biggest difference because, as we know at AMO, they announced 19 others to follow what we already have here in Grey County. Owen Sound Housing, just Owen Sound Housing alone went from 240 to 336 units between 2018 and 2021. We've already approved 40 affordable units for the Lutheran Social Services. They're putting money together to be able to qualify for their federal funding. City of Owen Sound recently purchased land to hold for future affordable housing. I missed anything. Each one of these things, anyway, we're clearly ahead of everybody else. And if you went to AMO in Ottawa or you went to AMO in London last year, you know what the streets are like in those cities, the condition of homelessness. You know, in Owen Sound, we're a little bit worse off than the rest of you around Grey County. I think Hanover's got some of the similar problems, and we've all got homelessness, but maybe it concentrates. We know it concentrates here because of the services that are offered here. But we're clearly leading when you go to other communities with the number of people that are on the streets here compared to other places. And I think we're doing very well. I think we need to celebrate that. I think Grey County needs to toot that a little more often than we do. Question for Anne Marie: if our homelessness plan was 2014 to 2024, it means we're renewing it. Where are we at in that process? Will we be seeking input from the community at large or from different groups? And where are we at that? Thanks for the answer.
Thank you, Mayor Body. We are paused. The province has asked plans across the province to be put on hold until they provide us with their priorities and where they're looking for us to continue what road. We continue to do focus groups. We've been meeting, I think, April, May, June, and July with different focus groups looking at mental health, addictions, primary care, police, community agencies. So we're continuing to gather information. We know we've got a concern. We know we've got people experiencing homelessness, and we know we need affordable housing. We're focusing on how can we partner with everyone in our community right now. What do those partnerships look like? And then we're going to form our plan around that. But before we move further, we do need to get what the priorities are from the province to make sure that they're aligned.
Thank you, Anne Marie. Thank you, Anne Marie, and thank you, Ian. Councillor Kentner.
Thank you. I think that anybody who has, traveled Highway 26 on a regular basis is well aware that something is happening at the airport, and that something is coming to a culmination today with a sort of reopening and renaming ceremony. And I just want to say how tickled we are in the municipality of Meaford. It's like having a new industry, and also an industry that is an economic driver of its own accord. So we're very excited. The Lieutenant Governor is going to be there today, along with many people, to celebrate this. And I think when people hear what the new name is, you'll be very pleased because we're honoring another great Canadian hero, and also it's really going to be good to have Meaford in the name. Thank you.
Thank you, Ross. Councillor Keaveney.
Thank you, Mr. Warden, and good morning, everyone. And just a little more about Meaford as well. Scarecrow season is here, so scarecrows have invaded downtown Meaford, and we're pleased that they are representing our 150th, the sesquicentennial theme. So if you have a chance to take a cruise through Meaford, you'll be well entertained by the scarecrows. MIF is coming up, the Meaford International Film Festival. which is taking place a little bit later this year, starting on Thursday, September the 19th with a gala, and it's a red carpet event. So wear your finest and have your picture taken on the red carpet. And that follows with Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 20th, and up to the 21st, with 6 movies, afternoon matinees and evening performances as well. And there are dinners that go along with that, as well as after parties, all taking place at Meaford Hall and organized by our Meaford Culture Foundation. So you can find all that information on the Meaford Hall website. And also there's the Sweetwater Festival that's upcoming between September the 13th and 15th, and that's shared with locations in Owen Sound. But our own Leith Church in Meaford is sold out for the Friday night performance, and Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. there is performance at Meaford Hall, the Sweetwater Jamboree, and it's going to have 40 performers. And even the likes of Misha Bruker-Gozman will be present, and she's phenomenal. So it's going to be a great party and celebration on Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock at Meaford Hall. So I hope we'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Councillor Matrosovs.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Through you, the warden, I just wanted to be able to share that we also have our annual seniors fair coming up in the town of Blue Mountains. It will be held on Wednesday, September 18th from 10 to 2, and it'll be running at the Beaver Valley Community Center, so there's no need to worry about weather for there. There'll be local organizations and vendors will be set up at the event to speak with attendees and provide information about senior services, transportation, housing, recreation, and enhanced well-being. And we will be providing some refreshments. It is a free event, so please encourage anyone who's interested to come join us.
Thank you, Andrea. Savannah, I think you have something to share with us, please.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Good morning, County Council. With September, we see the beginning of the school year upon us again. And last week at our Planning and Economic Development Committee, we got an amazing update from Georgian College that we wanted to take a moment to celebrate and share with you all. And that is the fact that they have seen a 22% enrollment increase this year over last year, which is just phenomenal. We have also grown apprenticeships. We're now between 650 and 700. Remember, in 2017, we had 100 on campus, and now we're nearing 700 in this time with the new additions. The Center for Marine Training had over 2,100 trainees last year, and it will expect the exact same this year. ECE program enrollment has increased, and there's a wide range of elementary and high school connection programs happening. So just wanted to take a moment to celebrate all the amazing things that Georgian College is up to, and that is on behalf of Dave Shorey.
Excellent. Thank you, Savannah. Councillor McQueen.
There we go. Technical difficulty there. Thank you, Mr. Warden and County Council. Good morning. Just want to highlight that the Faversham Fair will be on this weekend, starting on Friday night with a classic car and truck show, which is new for this year. Full list of events for Saturday. They're also starting off the antique tractor pull, and then on Sunday they will be having their truck pull, which seems to bring out a lot of people, along with the field tractor pull after that. Also, our Kimberly Hall is going to have a reopening on September 17th after a major overhaul. Sometimes old buildings you find sometimes they need repairs, and we found that out. But actually, it's something like the Meaford Hall or the Meaford Opera House is worth restoring. So we did invest in it. So it's going to be a grand reopening on September 17th, just before we have a town hall. Last comment, Mr. Warden. I'm not sure if, well, I don't know, municipality of Meaford or Grey County or province of Ontario or Canada has been annexed from the United States, but just up the road from Bogner this morning, I saw a Trump lawn sign. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I just thought, Trump, oh, that's interesting. So maybe to the mayor and deputy mayor of Meaford, maybe something's going on over there. I don't know, but anyway, I just thought I should have took a picture of it. But anyway, I just find that interesting, Mr. Warden.
Thank you, sir. I'm not going to take the bait. Nope. Kevin, Councillor Eccles.
Please. That's just so easy. Labor Day weekend was great celebrations in West Grey. And slipping over into Bruce County. Durham Fall Fair, very successful. 3 days, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. With all those activities, tractor pulls, so most of them have got there, and now they can go back forth across Highway 4 to get to Feversham as well too for the weekend. Bigger than the Durham Fall Fair this year was the homecoming in Elmwood. Elmwood being a very unique. The best part of it is in West Gray. The other part is in Bruce County and Brockton, but fantastic weekend there. I think it was very surprising, or maybe more coincidental, that on Friday night was the only time that it did rain over the weekend. And yes, it poured in Elmwood, but on the main stage, they had the Mudman. So it worked out very well for them. And then coming up, not this coming weekend, but next, the weekend after on the 20th, 21st will be the Newstead Fall Fair. And a very unique activities there in the village of Newstead. They don't call it a town, they call it the village. I've got to remind myself of that Fall Fair will be coming up, as I said, on the 20th and the 22nd. The Lions Club have their ham and scallop potato dinner, and always a fantastic time on the Sunday as well too. That if you want to get well fed, and the brewery is always open in Newstead whenever. So if you want to get watered, that can help it too. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? The only other thing I would add is that on, I think it was Monday, certainly earlier this week, the county here, we did host a staff appreciation event, and it was very well attended. It was very well done. I commend the organizers for scrambling at the last minute because, of course, it rained that day. We were supposed to be down at Grey Roots, but they changed the venue to here. Worked out great. I even participated in the axe throwing. And I accused them of having at the back, having old elm boards that the axe just would not go into. And that was my excuse, and I'm sticking to that. So no one was hurt. Everybody came away with all their digits. So it was all good. But it was a great event, and I commend the organizers and all those that attended. We had a great time. Okay. Motion to adjourn before we start into our committee of the whole. Councillor Patterson and Councillor McQueen, all those in favor? That is carried. So we'll just take a minute to switch over to our committee of the whole.